Hi, I'm Amy Finley from Knitting Help. One of the most satisfying things we can create as a knitter is to create something that expresses the truth in our heart. I'm going to invite you in this video to explore what is meaningful to you and what is important to you, and to consider how you can express it in the world through your knitting. To give you an example, one of the most meaningful things I've ever made as a knitter are a pair of sweaters that I made for my kids. In it, I use imagery that to me signifies unity in the world, and which is extremely meaningful to me. In this sweater for my daughter, you can see this chain of people holding hands in a unified circle, just deeply meaningful to me. In this other sweater that I made for my son, I showed diversity in a more literal way with figures of different colors. I absolutely love this sweater as it speaks so directly to my vision and hope for my country and for the world. Visualizing the world as you would like it to be is a powerful creative step. Some would say a necessary creative step towards manifesting the world that collectively we would like to see. So I would invite you to consider what that would look like. What is the piece that feels the most juicy for you? What do you want to see in the world? Unity, beauty, connectedness, care for the earth, peace, whatever it is. And maybe it's more personal. Maybe the most immediate longing is for something you'd like to see for yourself. Whatever it is that is wanting to be expressed for you, just imagine the images that could express that. And to take it to another level, if you are reaching for something very meaningful that feels just, almost a little out of reach, something that's a little hard to believe it's possible, or it's less tangible than you would like, ask yourself, what is it that is needed for it to seem doable, for it to seem real, for it to seem like something that actually could be happening or is happening? What is the piece that is needed? And consider knitting that into your knitting as well. So in this way, it can become an unfolding story. It can become a prayer where you are reaching from the heart. You are asking for something to be possible and listening for the elements that make it feel possible. Trust your inner calling and your inner guidance to lead you through a journey that can express something important for you. Now, once you have identified this deeply meaningful thing, go ahead and print out some knitter's graph paper. I'm putting a link in the description below. Print it out and start playing with expressing that in an image. And trust me, you don't need to be an artist to do this. Just start filling in the squares until it looks remotely like something that you want it to look like. And use a pencil so you can erase and adjust, and you will find that the image sort of emerges on its own. If you're new to Colorwork, check out my video on Fair Isle knitting, which is also called color stranding. And that's a technique that I recommend using if your chart allows it. You can also check out my video on intarsia knitting, which is a more advanced technique. This will be blocks of color that you change over the course of the same row, and each color change is going to require its own strand of yarn. So it's a fussy technique, but you may be interested. If you are new to knitting a sweater, I'd like you to know about my favorite sweater knitting technique, which is Elizabeth Zimmerman's percentage system. And I'm going to put a link to that below. Elizabeth Zimmerman is well loved in the knitting world. She's who I consider my knitting teacher. I learned a lot through her videos. And I will share all of the books and videos that contain her sweater knitting technique. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing for more knitting videos. And in prayer for all of us on this planet together, and for the dignity and peace among all people. Peace. Thank you very much.